resolved.
Innocent or guilty, criminal or citizen, that could get them anytime for any crime. Say, look, if it say, sir, did you see such and such and such, do such and such and such? Oh, wait a minute, only time, the only time.
Show me one place in the federal guidelines where you can have 10 machine and get 1 year of community service and 1 year incarcerated.
See what I'm saying? But they talking about, they try to use that I need to order protection, but why it feels like I'm the here then? If I needed protection, you needed protection. And your protection gone.
50 Cent, who has never been the type to hold his tongue, once again stirred up drama by directing his fire straight at T.I. This conflict was sparked when 50 took to Instagram and called T.I. a Hollywood mutt.
To everyone listening to it, is an awesome song. Listen carefully. Actually, you don't have to even listen that carefully. There's a line in there directed at another rapper in the game.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What line? What rapper is on?
It was a line that has you questioning that you have, is it true you have the best lawyers in the game?
I feel like I do.
Okay.
Great.
And you asked them a question that if you got caught with 10 weapons in your car, you would have seen 10 years, maybe 9.
What makes you feel like there's a line to a rapper?
It just seemed to be very coincidental with the timing of things that are going on.
He further questioned whether the Atlanta legend had lost touch with his roots. According to 50 Cent, T.I. was no longer the same hustler-turned-rapper who had once carried the South on his back. Instead, he was now more concerned with acting gigs, red carpet appearances, and comedy roles. To 50 Cent, this shift meant that T.I. had turned his back on the very foundation of hip-hop, authenticity.
Like, you see a snitch, slap him when you see him, knock his nose off. So next time I'm out, instead of asking for a picture like a little hoe ass, come on, knock my nose out if you think I'm a snitch. Come on, quit smiling in my face trying to get in my section. Oh, play with me, think you talking to. Play with your name. King never gave no information to get anybody in no for now time with no police. If I am working with the police, it'll be to get him to shoot. You talking about?
Fans immediately became divided on the issue. Some argued that 50 Cent was exposing the truth about a rapper chasing Hollywood relevance, while others accused him of stirring up controversy simply to gain attention. However, 50 Cent didn't stop with insults. He delved into T.I.'s past, reviving old rumors about him cooperating with law enforcement. These whispers had been circulating since the late 2000s, stemming from T.I.'s infamous 2007 Crime Stoppers public service announcement.
When they want to try, look, even for me personally, my character, they would try to attack my character. They'll say he a rat or he just a snap.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is ask him who I told on.
Paperwork.
I ain't never told on no in my life.
Yeah.
In the Prem situation, look at this case. It'll tell you who told on.
Right.
My name ain't in that case.
And 50 Cent made sure those rumors stayed alive by relentlessly mocking T.I., even resurfacing the video where T.I. urged people to report crimes. For T.I., this was not just another celebrity jab. It was a direct attack on his credibility within a culture that values loyalty to the streets above all else. The bad blood between them did not come out of nowhere. In the past, 50 Cent and T.I. were on good terms. They even collaborated musically and were both making moves beyond the rap industry. However, everything shifted when T.I. faced that major federal gun case in 2007.
I said, how you feel when them New York like 50 and all them niggas be trying to do all that old?
I'ma tell you something. When you're fighting a man with no arms, expect to get kicked.
Hey, what's happening, y'all? Some people call me Tip, but this is about another kind of tip that can help our mothers, our sisters, our brothers, and our fathers help get the perpetrators who commit crimes against them off the streets. All you gotta do is call Crime Stoppers Atlanta. Tips can be anonymous, and there's even a reward. The number to Crime Stoppers Atlanta is 404-577-8477. That's 404-577-TIPS. Channel 2, Community.
Facing the possibility of decades behind bars for machine guns and silencers, T.I. shocked the world when he ended up with what looked like a light sentence. A little house arrest, some community service, and a short prison stint. For the hip-hop community, especially for guys like 50 Cent who grew up in a culture where street codes meant everything, the outcome did not make sense. They questioned how someone facing that kind of legal trouble could walk away with such a light sentence.
50 had taken the bait.
Second, I don't want to do it injustice.
You use real-life situations to create something that's entertaining without being specific. That's entertainment to me. Like if I had an issue, when have you known me to be indirect with an issue?
Oh, you're pretty direct.
Right, so if I had a problem with any artist, trust me, they would know. You see what I'm saying? When I take it and I write that, it's because a lot of people think that. And they're not saying it because they're cowardly people. You see what I'm saying? So when you write it and you put it there and you leave it and say, watch, let me watch and see what happens. And there's so much controversy around it, you didn't say anything. Then you go, see, they think that. They just won't say it to them because they're a bunch of
The PSA did not help T.I.'s image either. Watching T.I. tell people to cooperate with the police painted him as a snitch in the eyes of many. 50 Cent cemented this narrative with clever wordplay on G-Unit's song You So Tough, hinting that T.I. had made some kind of deal to avoid a heavy sentence. While he never said T.I.'s name directly, fans knew exactly who he was talking about. The implication hit hard and stuck to T.I.'s image like glue. For years, whenever 50 Cent wanted to call someone soft or questionable, that Crime Stoppers video was ready to be brought back into the spotlight. What makes this feud even more intense is that T.I. did not just take the hits lying down. He fired back, challenging 50 Cent to a 20-song Verzuz battle on 50 Cent's own birthday. He used the opportunity to flip the script, saying that if 50 Cent thought he had so much dirt on him, then he should prove it by going catalog to catalog, hit for hit. However, 50 Cent, being the king of petty, was not about to let him off easily. Instead of focusing on music, he doubled down on the snitch allegations, reposting the PSA clip every chance he got. Even when Tekashi 6699's case had snitching dominating the headlines, 50 Cent found a way to tie it back to T.I., reminding the world of that old video and linking it to bigger conversations about loyalty and hip-hop. T.I. clapped back, stating that the accusations were cute but weak, claiming that the real issue was 50 Cent trying to distract people from his own skeletons. He even taunted 50 Cent's legacy, saying the Queens rapper had one hot album and a lot of trash after it. The disrespect was heavy, but instead of cooling the tension, it only made the fire spread. Every move between them became personal and public, from social media posts and interviews to podcasts, turning their beef into one of the most entertaining soap operas in mode. Earn rap. Throughout it all, fans were left asking the same question. Was 50 Cent actually exposing something real about T.I.'s past? Or was this just another round of trolling from one of hip-hop's greatest instigators? T.I. was not about to let his name be dragged without fighting back. And that's when the war of words between him and 50 Cent truly escalated. After 50 Cent revived the Crime Stoppers video, T.I. went live with comedian K-Dub Walker and later appeared on the Big Facts podcast, making it clear that he never under any circumstances gave law enforcement information on anybody. To him, the PSA was just a court-mandated PR move, something his lawyers had cooked up while he was facing decades in federal prison. But in hip-hop, perception is everything. Once that snitch label attaches itself to you, it's almost impossible to shake. 50 Cent knew that, and he weaponized it at every opportunity. He continued posting, laughing, and telling fans that the math just didn't add up. Because, let's be real, most guys caught with military-grade weapons do not walk away with a year in some community service. Fans picked up on the same thing, saying that even one illegal gun usually results in a decade behind bars. So how did T.I. skate with over 30 weapons on his record? These suspicions were enough for 50 Cent to keep poking the bear. He even suggested that T.I. had lost out on the role of Davis McClain in Power because of the tension between them, though T.I. denied it. But that's the thing about 50 Cent. He knows how to throw dirt in a way that sticks, whether it's true or not. Still, T.I. tried to turn the heat into an opportunity, pushing harder for that Verzuz showdown. He turned every insult into fuel and every accusation into promotion, daring 50 Cent to step into the ring musically instead of hiding behind old scandals. He kept hammering at 50 Cent's catalog, calling Get Rich or Die Trying his only classic and mocking the rest of his career as irrelevant. In a way, that's where this beef got interesting, because while 50 Cent was clowning T.I. over the past, T.I. was flipping it back on him, pointing at his stalled music career and saying he had not been relevant in years. That strategy kept T.I. from looking cornered. He was not just defending himself, he was going on the offense, saying, if 50 wanted smoke, then let's make it public. Let the fans decide whose music really holds weight. But 50 Cent was not budging. Instead of entertaining a friendly Verzuz, he kept pushing the narrative that T.I.'s credibility was forever tainted. And then came another spark, T.I.'s comments after the tragic death of Chicago rapper King Von in November 2020. After Von was shot and killed in Atlanta, T.I. posted a message telling outsiders to stop coming to his city and bringing violence, basically saying handle your beefs in your own city. He probably thought he was promoting peace, but the timing could not have been worse. Von's family and fans were grieving, and to them, T.I.'s words felt cold, almost as if he was distancing Atlanta from the tragedy instead of showing love. King Von's sister Kayla was furious, blasting T.I. for inserting himself into something so raw. And of course, 50 Cent was not going to miss that opportunity. He reposted her words and directly told T.I. to chill out, calling him out for being out of line at such a sensitive moment. For 50 Cent, it was just more proof that T.I. had a habit of talking out of turn and making himself look bad. To fans, it added another messy layer to their feud. This was not just about old legal issues anymore. It was about T.I. constantly putting himself in situations where his words made him look questionable. But here's the thing, the feud between these two isn't just about rap beef, it's about how the hip-hop landscape has changed. It is about how the hip-hop landscape has changed. It's not about accusations or clout, it's about Yeezy's legacy. Both men are hip-hop heavyweights in their own right. 50 Cent built an empire off of music, business, and television, while T.I. carved out a lane as one of the kings of the South, bringing trap music to the mainstream. So when 50 Cent accuses T.I. of being fake, it is not just an insult, it is a challenge to everything he represents. And when T.I. claps back by mocking 50 Cent's career, he is really saying, you are not the giant you think you are anymore. It is pride versus pride, ego versus ego, with fans caught in the middle. Some fans ride with 50 Cent saying he's only voicing what everyone has been thinking about T.I. for years. Others back T.I. saying 50 Cent has his own skeletons and just deflects by attacking others. The truth probably lies somewhere in between. What's clear is that both men refuse to bow out. Every time it looks like the feud might cool down, something new happens. An old video resurfaces, a podcast comment goes viral, or a social media post sparks another round of shots. It's almost as if neither one really wants peace, because as much as they mock each other, they also know this drama keeps their names buzzing in a game that forgets people quickly. The refusal to let go. What really keeps this 50 Cent and T.I. feud alive is how both of them refuse to let the other walk away clean. Every time T.I. tries to set the record straight, 50 Cent finds a way to twist the knife deeper. For instance, when T.I. said that he never snitched, never testified, and never gave law enforcement information about anybody, 50 Cent did not argue the details. He just posted that Crime Stoppers clip again, knowing the image alone was enough to keep doubts alive. That's 50 Cent's style. He does not need to prove anything. He just plants seed, DS in people's heads, then sits back while the internet does the rest. Meanwhile, T.I. plays defense, explaining in interviews on Instagram Lives and on podcasts that the whole situation was misunderstood. He said it was not about cooperating, it was about fulfilling legal obligations to avoid a harsher sentence. But here is the problem. Hip-hop rarely forgives when it comes to snitching accusations, even if there's no paperwork. The mere idea that you might have made a deal is enough to scar your reputation, and 50 Cent knows it. That is why he does not back off. To him, it is the perfect tool to keep T.I. off balance, while also reminding the culture that he is still the master of beef. The culture of authenticity. This back and forth also reveals something deeper about hip-hop culture itself. For decades, authenticity has been the currency of the streets. You can have hits, sell records, and act in movies, but if people believe you violated the code, none of it matters. That's why the Crime Stoppers PSA still matters today, almost 2 decades later. It became a symbol of a choice T.I. made that many in the culture cannot comprehend or forgive. While T.I. maintains he did what was necessary to save his life and career. 50 Cent consistently uses that moment to question his street credibility. In the end, this isn't just a feud. It's a clash between two different eras of hip-hop and two very different definitions of what it means to be real. It's a debate that, for now, seems to have no end in sight. Not just of T.I.'s legal case, but of how quickly your image can be ruined in this game. Fans point to other rappers who face serious charges and sat down for 10 years or more, and they look at T.I.'s sentence as if it were a magic trick. Maybe it was great lawyers, or maybe it was something else, but to the streets, it never felt right. On the flip side, people argue that 50 Cent has his own questionable history and should not be the one throwing stones. Some fans even flip the script, calling 50 Cent a mouse and suggesting he had his own deals that the public just does not know about. That's what makes this feud so compelling. Both men have power, influence, and questionable pasts, and neither one is clean enough to fully expose the other without risking some dirt getting thrown back their way. So, where does that leave us? Right in the middle of a feud that is as much about perception as it is about facts. T.I. keeps pushing for a Verzuz battle, saying music is the best way to settle things, while 50 Cent keeps avoiding it, knowing the spectacle is better than the showdown. Every time the Crime Stoppers clip comes back, every time T.I. responds, and every time fans debate whether either one is really solid, the story gets bigger. And maybe that's the point. In an era where beef sells almost as much as music, both 50 Cent and T.I. benefit from keeping this war alive. 50 Cent gets to remind people he is still the most ruthless instigator in the game, and T.I. gets to show he will not back down, no matter how many times his past is thrown in his face. Whether you think T.I. is guilty of breaking the code, or you believe he is just the victim of a never-ending smear campaign, one thing is certain: this feud is not going away anytime soon. It is hip-hop history in motion, with two legends clashing not just for pride, but for how they will be remembered when it is all said and done. In the end, that's what makes this story so raw. It is not just about bars, it is about legacy. What's your take on this beef? Is 50 Cent exposing the truth about T.I.'s past, or is he just being petty and keeping an old rumor alive for clout? Do you think T.I.'s sentence was proof of cooperation, or just the result of high-powered lawyers doing their job? And more importantly, if they ever did face off in a Verzuz battle, who do you think would walk away victorious? The South's trap king or the Queen's bully? Drop your thoughts below, and let's get this debate going. And if you have been rocking with this breakdown, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, share this with your people, and leave a comment so we know where you stand in hip-hop's never-ending drama. We've got more wild stories and hidden truths coming, so tap that bell icon and stay locked in.